What's going on, everybody? Lawson Turner back with another episode of the Cover 2 podcast. And we got a late start on the day, but nonetheless, let's get straight into the games that we're going to be covering throughout today. But let's start with the first game of yesterday's 4 games late. The Knicks, they take a commanding 3-1 lead over the Philadelphia 76ers as they win the game 97-92. But let's break down what these superstars did. Jalen Brunson, fantastic. Over the first 2 games, it was a Jalen Brunson is putting up a lot of shots, but they're not going down. He has struggled in this matchup all year long, but in the past 2 games, it's been outstanding. Yesterday, 47 points, 10 assists. A game in which your team only scores 97 points. That's sensational. That's awesome. And it's also, I tip my cap to Jalen Brunson, but it's also these other role players. Well, they're stars in their role. We saw OG Anunoby yesterday, great on both ends, 16 points, 14 rebounds. I can't hammer this nail any harder than if you're not scoring, what else can you do for me? And it was the definition of what Josh Hart did yesterday. 0 for 7, 0 for 3 from 3, only made half his free throws, but he chipped in 17 rebounds, and 5 of those were offensive, and had 3 blocks as well. Excuse me. Now let's transition into the 76er side. Joel, you drop your playoff high 50 in last game, and then you decide to shoot 7 of 19. You're playing too far out. Now I understand your style, and you have one of the best mid-range and three-point shots as a big man that we've maybe ever seen. It wasn't on display last night. When you dropped 50, you were lights out from 3. And in this game, you were piss poor. 1 of 6 from 3. It amazes me. Now, overall, you look at the box score, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. That's awesome. But if your shot's not falling, it's a what else can you do? And you haven't been a dominant force on defense. You haven't been a dominant force on the glass. It's been I'm scoring and that's about it. And even outside of last game, it was you've been inefficient in these playoffs. Get your big ass on the block, get closer to the rim. I understand you're not at 100%, but it's the playoffs. You're never healthy. You're never healthy this time in the postseason. And your team is, the expectations were that you were going to be one of the contenders out of the East this year. Now, you missed a bunch of games with your knee, and your knee's still bothering you, but if you're out there, you're playing, I want to hear it. Maxey, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 of 21. Your big two combined for 50 of the 92. That's great. But when you shoot 17 for 40, and 12 of those, 16 of those points came from the free throw line, add more. Your team has not been able to close these possessions. When you look at the Sixers, the biggest thing for me in this series, they can play defense for 24 seconds, force a bad shot, but they're not finishing the possession with the defensive rebound. That's the last part on playing defense, is ending the possession with the defensive rebound. And they haven't done it in the course of 4 games. And this is a series I thought that they had a really good chance of winning. But the Knicks vibes and they're all heart. And it looks like the Sixers don't have much of it as through 4 games. You can make the argument, oh, it should be 2-2 or 3-1 the opposite way. Well, it's not, so oh well. Kelly Oubre, nice game, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, and a steal. He's proven that he could be their third star because Tobias Harris has been abysmal through 4 games. We saw yesterday 10 points, 8 rebounds. That's good, not great, but if they want to have any chance of coming back, we need Tobias in the high teens or low 20s. that it is what it is, and we need them to, for the love of Christ, finish these defensive possessions. Like it amazes me as to how good they can play defense, and then just Josh Hart flies in for an offensive rebound. Ball gets tipped and batted out right to Jalen Brunson. It flat out amazes me. Like you should not be losing the rebound battle by 10. Like you lose it 52-42, and 15 of those 42 were offensive rebounds that led to 21 second chance points. Like I don't understand, Joel. At your size and on defense, they're not at the Sixers aren't asking you to step away from the basket. We know what you are on defense. You're a great rim protector, and at your size, you should be an excellent rebounder too to clean the glass. But for whatever reason, you haven't been that. You haven't. They won the paints and the point battle by 12, 44-32. So it's like, Joel, get your big ass on the block and go hit a drop step, do a jump hook. You can bully your way to the rim for easy points in the paint. I don't understand the obsession of, oh, well, it looks pretty from your elbow and from three, but you shot 1 of 6 yesterday. Like, at what point does Joel use his size other than to try and draw fouls, in which he's excellent at, but it's at the discretion of the referee. So what happens if they swallow their whistle? I, I don't know. I was completely wrong in this series. It looks like the Knicks are probably going to beat the Sixers in 5. Um, if the Sixers can win Game 5, I don't know. The Knicks have proved to win in Philly, like they did yesterday. So I don't see this at most going past 6. I think the Knicks they've proved to be the better team all around from top to bottom. And in a series in which Joel Embiid has been in the series, Jalen Brunson has proved that he's the best player in this series so far through 4 games. Well, that's all I have for you guys today on the Knicks Sixers Game 4 reaction. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that the Sixers have any chance of coming back? And has Jalen Brunson proved that he can lead a team to potentially a deep playoff run through these first 4 games of the series? Be sure to follow us on Twitter at the Cover2Pod26. Link is in the description to stay up to date with all the episodes that are going to be coming out every day, and interact with us on social media during these playoff games. It's been a fun week and a half to watch so far for the Cover 2 podcast. I'm Lawson Turner, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.